how was growing up for you?
Well, I was very fortunate to be born in a very sporting family. I've said this 1,000 times. My mom is still probably the most talented sports person in my family. My father was always an avid sports person. Both of them played a lot of sports. So inculcating sports in my daily routine when I was younger wasn't difficult. To be honest, wasn't a choice, thankfully. And yeah, father was in army. He kept traveling. That's why we were both me and my sister. We both were more closer to our mom. Most of our upbringing, most of our principles and the way we live life has come from my mom, and it was all in and around directly or indirectly with sports. So everything in our house was about sports, and all the teachings surrounding life was because of sports. And we only knew this that it is strange when we met other kids. अपने घर पे लगता था यही normal है, ऐसा ही होता है, you know. But when you met other kids, then you realize that it's different. I did not value it that much at that time कि हमारा घर different है. But now when I look back, I am so fortunate that I was born to my parents, because we had an amazing household to grow up.
So, was it your father getting you into football, or how did your interest around football start?
They never pushed me into any one sport, Abhishek. It was more about go and play. My mom, I'm not trying to brag, but my mom can still play decent volleyball, carom board, Chinese checker.
Wow.
All these games are the ones that used to be feisty, and we used to fight a lot. Football, long distance running, badminton. She's just a natural. So getting sports, as I said, wasn't difficult, and there was not a specific push that you have to play one sport. And we didn't even know that that's $500 for him. Fine, huh? His phone rang. Yeah, and there was no push that you have to play one sport, or you have to play football, or you have to play any sport. More emphasis were given on the fact that you just go and express yourself. I think respecting elders and being disciplined was mandatory at my household. Other than that, do whatever you want, try to be honest. And probably because of the genetics, I was always into sports. So I never had to try hard. And as any young kid, all of us when we were younger, one day we wanted to be Leander Pace. The next day we were Tendulkar. You know, the next day you were Vishwanath Anand. We all have gone through that phase. So I was no different. So every other day I thought this is what I'm going to be. And it kept changing. And at that time, I think parental pressure wasn't that much. Very sadly, nowadays I see if you see a lot of mothers and dads accompanying their kids to an academy, yahi banna hai, yahi karna hai. At that time, probably my parents didn't even have that much of time. So my mom never came to my training and said, "Tu kuch kar raha hai, nahi kar raha hai." She just asked me whether you enjoyed it or not, and that was about it. So yeah, I think that was one of the best upbringings, as I said, that I could have asked for.
Right.
Welcome. Good afternoon. No problems.
Smita, can you switch off my phone? I only have 500, which he has taken away. Can you switch off? It's there. Otherwise, lest it buzzes again. All right. So honestly, like we know that normal household in India back then was not like this. But how was it in school? When you went to school, you found, I'm sure you had talent that time, which they spotted, and did they open up saying that here is one kid who is very good in football, he gets all the attention?
No, that was a little bit difficult. First of all, I never properly planned or thought I'm going to be a professional footballer. Not even my parents. So that side of me going to a school wanting to be someone was not there. But my school at that time, I was for some time in Kendra Vidyalaya, Fort William in Calcutta, and then I came to Army Public School in Delhi. But studying was the priority, and at that time, of course, we didn't know anything better. I don't blame them, but there wasn't any scope that, here you want to be a guitarist. 3 hours of practical knowledge, 1 hour of theory and viva will teach you what strings are. Or you want to be an artist, just go and paint for 2 hours, just seeing the whole scenery and come back and we'll talk about it. It wasn't there. You got to do those trigonometries, you got to do those science and history, and you got to come back. It does not matter what you want to be, but this is what it is. And at that time I didn't feel bad because मैं अकेला नहीं था, सभी वही कर रहे थे. वेंसडे को 2 होते थे पीरियड पीटी वाले, व्हाइट कपड़े पहन लो. पहला पीरियड तो चिल्लाने में निकल गया बिकॉज यू आर सो हैप्पी. और सेकंड पीरियड जब तक आप सोचोगे खेलना क्या है, टीचर ने दोबारा बुला लिया. I was a little bit mischievous, so I had that 1 hour, one period extra bunking. Kids who are listening, do not do it. Don't advertise that. But yes, I mean I have a funny anecdote. So I was in class. You guys are not getting bored, na?
Didn't.
Time है ना आपके पास? So I was in class 11th, and I came late. My class teacher, she was an economics teacher, and she was a class teacher, and she scolded me for being late. I went to training and came back, and I was frustrated. I don't know, maybe I didn't have breakfast. So I said, I do not want to pursue economics. I want to be a football player. And I gave the whole analogy that some of us want to be an engineer and doctor. They get 16 classes per week, all the usual stuff. I got only 2. There is no practical, this, that. She heard me. And at the end, she was very nice. She said, shut up, sit down, study. So I sat down, started reading. Economics I was all right at because you didn't have to mug up. But rest, Abhishek, I had to mug up so much. And then I gave my exams. Did all right because I was sharp, because I'm a sports person. We all are sharp. So I was sharp. I could grasp things easily. And at that level, 9, 10, there is nothing new. 2 plus 2 then and now always remains 4. Nothing changes. So didn't have to work much harder to study. And that's why I talk to the kids nowadays who are into sports. And I tell them, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time and not studying? That's the easier part. Dribbling somebody is more difficult. Every day you got to dribble in a different manner. Scoring a goal is a different. A ball coming, bounce is a different. The match is same. The bloody Sunday or the history or the Jallianwala Bagh questions all are same. You wrote the same answer. I wrote the same answer. It's same and it's easy.
Yeah.
Till class 10th. Don't quote me there. Till class 10, studies are easy. Anyone can have decent marks if you study a little bit. But that's the sad part about the sports people. We tend to not put that much of time on studies.
Yeah.
Which is the easier part. आधे घंटे book पढ़ लो बहुत है यार. That's what I did in 11th. I hardly studied, but I got decent marks. Didn't cheat at all, by the way. So yeah, I always have this stuff with the sports people that just study. It opens your horizon, Abhishek. You get more information. You learn more. A little bit of politics, a little bit of geography, a little bit of stuff doesn't hurt you. It just makes you sharper. And the ones who want to study only, play a little bit of sports because it's going to make you a better human being and healthier.
No, it's remarkable you say that, and you said this in jest, that when you play sport and then you study, it's easy, and you said this in jest, but in reality, it is very. We did a survey, and it's a truth. We did a research with Nielsen, and it turned out we just completed that research. We just finished up. And it says that, counter to what people think, it's very counterintuitive, that there is a direct correlation between academic performance and sporting activity in kids. So kids who play sport actually have a direct, they do well in academics, which is not how we generally think. So, and maybe to what you're saying, sports teaches you so much more, that studies becomes one part which you learn to do.
15 साल से बोल रहा हूँ मैं तो अब जाके टेस्ट हुए. 15 years I've been barking this. And not only studies, Abhishek, sports people are better liars. We climb trees properly. We are faster. No, but it's science, because you have to think fast. In sports, you just have to think fast. So you get habituated of thinking fast. And it's not only people who think, sports is just about body. Body just follows. Making body and physically being fit is... Anyone can do it. Anyone can be physically fit. It's easy. Don't eat too much, work hard, and you'll be fine. But being smart, that too in that split second, is the real game. And once people who can do it, people are good in sports, they are always very smart. They might not want to go and open a book of biology. That's a different aspect. But if they do open the book of biology, they will understand that they will grasp it much faster. Because it's simple, it's not rocket science. If you are smart and if you're quick, you will learn things quicker.
And this is coming from someone who is super fit, probably the fittest in his team, and you are just, though 29 only, right?
Virat was screaming that I'm 39. I don't know where he gets his stats from. They checked my biological age. I was 22. Although I look 18, so yeah, don't get fooled.
No,
But you know, a lot of places where I go, they say, you look fit, you look fit, you look fit. Some of them are lying, but some of them are genuine. Just eat well, sleep well, drink a lot of water, you'll be fine. There is no different mantra that people like me or sports people have. Eat well, eat as much as you need, not want. Sleep a lot, drink a lot of water, you'll be fine. All of us will be fine. It's very simple. Very simple. They're looking at me like, kya bol rahe hai?
no, that's a very good fitness tip. Very simple. Tell me, so school was like this, but how did you really manage? Because I'm sure you had to practice so much to become what you became. And how did you manage academics along with that? And how the pressure of peer pressure, students around, teachers, how did you manage that?
I did all right because there was a right balance. There was some pressure from other sides, like the teachers and the school. There was a little bit more freedom from my parents, which I'm again so completely blessed. So I could balance it well. You had those phases where you're thinking I'm lagging in studies, and then the teachers are calling your parent, and then you get a red mark and stuff like that. But then you also had the freedom from your parents that just give your best. I think one magical stuff that my mom used to say was, don't stress, give your best, that's really fine. And she used to say in a very Nepali, we speak Nepali in home, in a very Nepali cool way. And now I read the same thing by some great people and great philosophers. I thought my mom was one of them. That time I didn't know. She always told me, just give your best, relax, and then afterwards it's all right, because that's all is in your hand. When you used to eat food, she's like, chew your food, enjoy your food. When you're watching television, enjoy television. When you're studying, enjoy studying. If it's 30 minutes, you're done, go and play. When you're playing, enjoy it. So at that time, we never thought that it was so profound. But now, I mean, you pick up any other top books and all these things are written over there. So I think, yeah, my mom was the catalyst, man. She's the one who gave us the right path. So I also now, when I meet kids, when I go to school, and I always tell them, just give your best. Because that's all is what is in your hand. The rest, everything else is not. The teacher not being in a good mood and giving a B plus is not in your hand. But you giving your paper best, you studying at the best of your capability is. So just relax and do that.
Wow. Wow. Tell me this. You and I chatted about this campaign or this platform which we are talking about. And I always keep saying this is not a campaign. When we say campaign, it seems like we are trying to sell some products. And it is not that. This is about how sports is always treated as a digression, as an extra. And and you're a living example with also what you're talking about, how it influences your life, not just your profession of being an athlete. So how do you think about this? Like we are standing at a cusp of time when India is really developing well, but culture of sports and development of a country has to coincide.
Yeah, I mean, I love this campaign. I know you don't like it calling a campaign, but I love this movement. I hope it is that. As I said, I've been screaming this from last 15 years for such a big brand to come and understand this and to do it. I'm really happy. When I got a call that I've got, 500 rupees gaye kisi ke. Phone band kar lo yaar. Keep writing, the names. Yeah.
Ek to main hu.
Yeah. So yeah, when I got a call that I have to come here and be a part of it, I was really very happy. This is something that should reach as far as possible. People, everyone over here, I mean, it should spread everywhere because it is important. It is important where in schools we give the right importance to sports. How we going to do it, I'm not the right person to say. A lot of smart people will do it. But I think sports should be an integral part of our upbringing. It should be, because I may be a little bit biased, but I know I'm not wrong. There's not one department individually which teaches a kid more holistically than sports. You can pick any form, but there is nothing that will teach a kid more holistically as big as sports. To be a good human being, to take losses, which is so important nowadays with kids, to do a chin up whenever you lose, to be healthy, which is a pandemic in our country now. Everything is covered by sports. So I think it is high time that we inculcate sports in our system right from when the kid is young and in school, because this teaches you so much.
Nowhere else you learn how to lose.
Yes, nowhere.
You're told that you fail.
Yes.
in
no way.
everything else.
Yes, I fail every week and then I pass and I do well every week. I'm shouted at and abused every week and I'm somebody's hero every week. Nothing will teach you humility than sport. You think you're too big, next game, lose a goal and open the social media, you will know how big you are. I mean, it is by far the best thing for you to be humble. When people ask me why are you humble, I say, दोस्त अभी एक मैच खेला है खराब खेला हूं, I'm humble. जब मैं जीतता हूं सोचता हूं अरे मैं ही भगवान हूं, लेकिन पता है अगले हफ्ते आने वाला है मैच. So there is no chance. And I've been playing for 22 years now. I've scored 400 goals and I've missed 1,000 goals. So I know that just 1 week, next game. There's an old saying in football, you are as good as your last game. पहले पढ़ता था मैं सोचता कोई फिलोसफी ने बोल दिया हो गया होगा, but now I understand it. You are actually as good as your last game because the next game nothing is guaranteed. So I think sport should be a very important part in our schooling system. As I said, I've been saying for last 15 years, and I'm so happy that my own Puma family is taking this forward, and I hope every one of you understand this, and the word is spread. It reaches to the right people, and we genuinely make a change in our educational system, because it's high time and it will be brilliant for the kids. I'll be jealous, but
And even for the adults, we all need to play sport.
Yes.
Some for the other.
if you can, yes, always. It'll change your life, man. It's the best thing. It's the best thing. Play sports.
All right, that's it, Sunil, from us here. I think you are again you will hate me for that. You're a legend of Indian sports, and you said for the last 15 years you have been talking about it. I hope we will lend you some more voice, because we want to keep talking about it. We all here have a responsibility. Sunil Chhetri has a responsibility because he, of course, is heard more than you and I are. But I think all of us have a responsibility to promote more and more sport around us and within us. Yeah. On that note, Sunil, thank you so much.